First up, a new arrival, new to this collection, is currently not new or no longer available in somebody else's collection. One man's trash is Mr. Parker's treasure.
From Hollywood to Soho, we be wearing polo. Knockoffs is a no-no, that's just how it go though. You got it for the low-low, it's probably US Polo, a Beverly Hills Polo. All of that is so-so, interlocks and chevrons, Cruise Navy and Lemon, Ralph Lauren Wearon. I'm buying what you sellin', Maui Pink and Melon. Tell them about that Rustic.
Greetings, and welcome to another edition of Seamless Style, powered by Politics and Polaroids. I'm your host, Mr. Parker. All right. This episode will be called Country Gentleman. What is Country Gentleman? Country Gentleman, it describes looks inspired by English countryside, Scottish countryside, UK countryside. All right, anything you could think about from those particular parts of the world, the countryside version of those particular locations. Now, of course, it's not limited to that. It could also include countryside locations here in the States. But the original looks were inspired by that UK countryside, English gentleman look. So that would make Rustic Chic the very, very, very close cousin to Country Gentleman. I'm talking so close that families that have cousins that are closer, tighter than brothers. That type of cousin. Rustic Chic and Country Gentleman go hand in hand. Tomato, potato. It's that close. I think that, in my opinion, the difference, which in hindsight is a glaring difference, but the difference, you probably won't see much chic in Country Gentleman. The chic in Rustic Chic could simply be the shoes, or it could be the cleanliness and richness of the denim. Small little details can be the chic for Rustic Chic. But other than that, Country Gentleman and Rustic Chic are like this. Okay? So we're going to focus on Country Gentleman today. So again, like I said, you'll be able to pair the two, Country Gentleman, Rustic Chic, with you'll be able to pair them effortlessly. It's that simple. All right. 3 ensembles, 3 rigs, 3 ensembles. The ensemble I'm wearing will make outfit number 4. All right. LL Bean boots with the 8-inch shaft, herringbone covered, olive, waterproof, duck, duck, duck section, classic LL Beans. I did a pair of Rugby Ralph Lauren jeans. This particular pair of denim was a classic fit. It has been tailored to a perfect slim fit. I did a 3.5-inch cuff so that it sits right above my bean boots when I stand. So for that perfect outdoorsman, duck hunter vibe. A Rugby Ralph Lauren Fair Isle sweater, elbow patches, V-neck. I did a diamond quilted outerwear vest in the olive, beautiful fall olive. Chocolate brown corduroy interior collar for the collar here. And I did the butcher, the baker, the candlestick maker, the Run DMC baker's cap by Double RL, and the neckwear. The neckwear is a wool club tie. It's Rugby Ralph Lauren. Now, here's the thing. This was a eBay purchase, and when I received it, it's been years, but when I received it, I said, okay, I fell for the okie doke. However, I'm not mad at it. This worked. This really worked, because I'm not for the custom pieces, the custom Ralph Lauren pieces that are custom by somebody other than Ralph Lauren. To each his own. Do your thing. It's whatever. It's just not for me. I'm not even a huge fan of CYO, create your own, when it comes to going into a CYO location, for example, Prince Street, and purchasing a trucker jacket and putting polo bears all over it. What are we doing here? What are we doing? That's not something I'm going to buy. That's not something I'm going to do. And to each his own. Again, like I said, I don't judge. It's just not for me. But I'm pretty sure that this tie was actually this sweater. Somebody had this sweater and they messed it up somehow. A spot of Clorox on the side. A hole got tore in the back. Somebody snatched some dude by his collar and tore a hole in the back of his rugby sweater. So he took that sweater home, and I won't be stereotypical and say that his wife or better half hooked it up, but somebody else hooked it up and was able to make a tie out of it. Maybe they made a couple ties. I don't know. Bottom line is, it has a rugby tag on it. Doesn't necessarily mean that wasn't taken off of the sweater and put where it was put on the tie, on the smaller side of the tie. But long story short, it looked like a great tie. I purchased it, and when I got it, I was like, you know what? I think this was custom made, but I'm not mad at it. And as the years have passed, I still feel like it's custom made because nobody else has seen it. Nobody else has it that I know of. Get in the comment section if you know someone that has this Rugby Ralph Lauren with this pattern of Fair Isle and a wool necktie. Same material as the sweater, wool necktie, club tie. So it's squared at the bottom. All right. It's either here nor there. I like it. It works. All right. Fragrance of the ensemble. This fragrance works for every ensemble in this particular episode. The granddaddy of them all, Supreme Ode. Now, why Supreme Ode? Because country gentleman, outdoors. It's a gentlemanly look for the outdoors. That's one way to describe country gentleman. So, Supreme Ode is any of the Supremes will work, but Supreme Ode, being that it's the strongest of the three, it's the strongest of the three. It's not necessarily the most vibrant, but it is the strongest. It's by far the strongest of the three. So, this was kind of a no-brainer for me to go with Supreme Old. To to go with All right. So, we had to pivot a little bit after a nice long rant, as my mother would have said, a hissy fit. We're going to pivot a little bit and go with Supreme Cashmere. Supreme Cashmere will still work because there are a lot of soft yet manly fabrics in these country gentleman looks that we are about to present today. So Supreme Cashmere will still work. It's a Supreme, and as I stated before, finding out that I'm pretty much out of Supreme Old, and I'm going to have to re-up, and I'm gonna have to re-up soon. I can't wait and be patient like I have been with Double Black, like I have been in the past with Purple Label. No, I'm gonna have to re-up soon on the old, like within the next week or two. But anyway, Supreme Cashmere will work. Wonderful fragrance. It works. All right. Without any further ado, y'all ready? I'm ready too. Me too. Me too. Man, let's go. First up, a new arrival. New to this collection is currently not new or no longer available in somebody else's collection. One man's trash is Mr. Parker's treasure, because this, yep, it's up there. It's up there. I haven't even hung it with the other sports coats yet, because there's a jealousy aspect. You have to give people time to readjust when changes are made. And this guy coming in is just, he disturbs the apple cart. And I don't want the other guys to get so upset that, once the lights get cut off, they try to jump them. They're going to have a problem if they do. Because this is the monster among men right here. Oh, man. Look at her. Just look at her. 4-button. Single vented, full Norfolk, corduroy sports coat. Full Norfolk, half leather lapel, and it's just so rustic in its look. It's got some fading like that good leather, that good soft leather. How you would want that good soft leather to have a little bit of fading, a little bit of worn in look to it. Beautiful olive hue on this corduroy. Medium well. Let's just start at the bottom. I did not do any shoes for this particular look because you can't miss. You can't miss. If your brain functions at on an IQ scale of at least 70, you can't mess this up with the shoes. It's very simple. A pair of dress casual to dressy boots, any hue of brown, cognac, brogues, wingtips will work. You can't mess this up. So I wasn't gonna even bother. You guys are of a high intelligence, or else you wouldn't be here with me. That's how I see it. So we'll start at the pants. I pulled out the plaid wool flannel dress slacks. I think I wore these maybe a week or two ago, but pulled them out for this particular ensemble because it just worked perfect. It gave us a pattern. It gave us a beautiful pattern. It gave us a fall look. It gave us a country gentleman look as far as the pants. Okay, scroll up, and we have this beauty here, which like I said, it's a 4-button. And I buttoned all 4. I did. But it's a 4-button sports coat, full Norfolk. Belts on your shoulders here. Detachable belt, loop coming all the way around. Yokes in the back. Just a gorgeous piece, man. Gorgeous piece. I went with a Blake Oxford in the olive green, believe it or not, and white stripe. This is one of maybe 6 Blakes in my size that was picked up last week at a flea market. $5 each. Round of applause for the flea market, brother. Round of applause. As soon as they came in the house, they went straight to the washing machine, took them outside and hung them up on the clothesline and let them dry, and they are part of the family. $30. 6 shirts. Can't beat it. All right. I wanted this particular country gentleman look to have a rider's vibe. So I went with the saddle necktie in a faded rustic yellow, and it has the saddles and the polo mallets all over. All right. And I did the fox hunt horn lapel pin for the just for that added decorative feature. But man, this look here is just amazing. Almost every driver's cap outside of my indigo or denim driver's caps will work. But yeah, this is an entire vibe. This is an entire look. Can't wait to rock it. When that weather gets just a little bit colder, this is gonna be perfect. This look features a full Norfolk that's been here for a few years. So now the more that I think about it, other guys, he doesn't have anything to worry about. This dude right here, we're not gonna let nothing happen to his family, right? So everything's good. Everything should be copacetic. Shouldn't be nothing to worry about. This guy has a barley corn tweed, all right? Just a lovely, rough feel to this barley corn, okay? It feels nice and rough and just exudes country gentleman, all right? Again, full Norfolk, attached throat latch to the lapel gives it that's another country gentleman aspect of a good tweed coat. All right, this one is a 3-button. I buttoned 2 of them. The full belt, functional full belt, detachable all the way around. Great flat pockets here on the side. Great pockets, belts here, single vented. All right, but we can start at the bottom. I've described it. Now we got to start at the bottom, right? The herringbone wool flannel pants in a brown, dress slacks in a brown. Very heavy, very heavy. Again, the barley corn tweed. Well, we'll get back to it. And what I did was I layered it. I layered it with some lightweight layers. Another one of the Blakes from the flea market extravaganza. All right, this particular one is a spread collar, but it's a Blake as well. All right, I went with a heraldic bow tie to give it somewhat more of a collegiate look than the previous read, but we still country gentlemen to the heart. Okay, I did a crew neck, a Pima cotton crew neck sweater. It's a very thin layer. But it's perfect. It's perfect because this sports coat, this Norfolk is so heavy. All right. Again, the barley corn. Hues of tan, hues of Gurkha, hues of Columbia blue, which complement the spread collar dress shirt very well. All right. And a little bit of gray. This is just a great looking Norfolk, man. This entire look here. I have a couple of driving caps that will go great with this, but I also have an inspector style hat that I have worn with this before. It almost has that barley corn look. If I'm not mistaken, it's more puppy tooth, but when you place them together, man, it just works. It just works, just like a lot of Ralph Lauren. It just works. Don't ask questions, right? But this is a great look. You would finish this look off again with any pair of dress casual boots, dress boots, or dress shoes. Again, wingtips, brogues, Oxfords, they'll all work here. They're all work here. You could even do saddle. I would say if you did want to do a saddle shoe, uh, make sure it's a hard bottom saddle shoe and not a what's the word I'm looking for? Not a rubber gum sole saddle shoe. I think the rubber gum sole takes away from the dressiness of the look. So you would want to do a hard bottom saddle shoe if you did a saddle shoe. But like I said, the sky's almost the limit as far as hues of brown footwear that you could put with this ensemble. Great look, great country gentleman look, not necessarily the outdoor hunting style of the previous rig, more of the in town cigar smoking, whiskey drinking country gentleman look that we all love. For our last look, I did break out footwear this time. And the reason I did is because to get the maximum country gent look out of this ensemble has to be boots and should be the tallest boots you can get your hands on. Just saying. I know that's not for everybody, but hear me out. This is the ultimate in English countryside country gentleman, okay? And to pull what we've put together here off completely, your boots need to be tall. Now, do they need to be riding boots? Do they need to be engineering boots like we've used today? They absolutely can. But you could also use a pair of hunter boots, the hunter rain boots that are very popular. If you want to use a 10-inch shafted bean boot, you can pull that off. It'll work. It will work. Even if you have a brogue boot that your denim is of the proper cut, you can make that work. But it has to be a boot. And it needs to be fairly tall. The height of a Chelsea boot or shorter, like a chucker, just isn't gonna work. It'll look cool, it'll look good. You're not gonna maximize the look with that type of boot. All right, so I'm gonna go straight into it. Let's start at the bottom. Most of this look is double RL, believe it or not. The majority of the pieces here are double RL. We start at the bottom with the double RL engineering boots. All right, these come all the way up mid calf, a little more than mid calf, almost to my knee. So great pair of engineering boots here. Like I said, double RL. The denim is double RL. They have they have belt loops and they have outer buttons for braces. So we have the braces on that is under the waistcoat and over the shirt. All right. Scroll up and you will see the shirt. The shirt is a double RL shirt. It is a it's a forest green, but the light hits it a certain way. It has a little, just a tint of very dark seafoam green in it as well. So it's a beautiful hue of green. Very, very countryside, very fall, great look. All right. We went with the Ascot on here. Now we could have did the Ascot actually on the outside of the shirt because of the waistcoat and because of the overall country gentleman English countryside vibe here, but I went with the more traditional cravat tie-in of the Ascot here. All right, it's a polo blue label. It's a nice fall yellow with asymmetric designs on it. Now, the pieces de resistance would be the two-piece. You know, you can't have a good two-piece without this, right? So here's your two-piece. Again, this little combo has been seen here before, but you know, we're going to give it the once over again. All right. The vest is actually Rugby Ralph on, and the sports coat here is polo blue label. All right. It's a great looking piece. It's got yokes in the back. It's yoked in the back behind each sleeve, so it feels like a half Norfolk, but I'm not 100% sure. I'm not 100% sold on it being a half Norfolk. Throat latch, definitely tweed. It's a now, and I know I'm not crazy. To me, this is a herringbone barley corn tweed. Right? Not quite as rough in material as the previous barley corn tweed for Norfolk, but it does have that wonderful rough feel to it. But look at it. Just looking up close to it, man, I see a herringbone pattern. I know I'm not losing my mind, not yet. All right. So to me, it has a herringbone pattern as well as the barley corn. All right. The beautiful wooden buttons here on the jacket. They are not present, but there are great buttons on the vest, but it's not the same wood. That's the only thing you can look at these two and tell that they didn't come as a set. Is the different buttons. All right. But once you pair everything together, of course, my Elgin pocket watch, my trusty Elgin pocket watch that I wear anytime I have a waistcoat on. That's just something I feel like I have to do. But this is a perfect rendition of a English countryside, country gentleman look. Footwear is not optional. The footwear is not optional. You don't have a plethora of different types of footwear like you did with the other two ensembles. When it comes to this ensemble, if you want to maximize the look, it has to be boots as tall as you have. Again, engineering, equestrian, the hunter boots, bean boots with at least a 10-inch. All right. Whatever else you can think of, a brogue boot. If you have a brogue boot that has a nice long shaft on it, pause. Go with that. But you need a pair of tall boots to maximize this look, and we have achieved that goal here today. And that's another episode in the books. We did Country Gentleman today. So what do y'all think? Was I right or was I right? Country Gentleman, Rustic Chic, cousins. Grew up together, went to the same elementary, middle school, and high school together. Played on the same football teams. They both went to colleges in the same area. They became roommates their junior year. Just that tight. They that tight. Country Gentleman and Rustic Chic, man. They go hand in hand. All right. Get in the comment section. Tell me what you think about Country Gentleman. Country Gentleman has been around for a very long time, and it's not going anywhere. So hopefully you've embraced it by now. If you haven't, what you doing with yourself? Country Gentleman is a staple in the world of Ralph Lauren, and it's one of my favorite looks. All right, hit that like, hit that subscribe, and tell a friend, because them country gents are here, and we are here to stay. Artists paint pictures. What do haters do? They paint narratives. So don't be a hater. All right? Y'all have a good one.